To be honest, death freaks me the heck out. Whenever someone mentions someone dying or anything along the lines of death, I get super uncomfortable and try to avoid the situation at all costs. I know it's an inevitable part of life, but I see it as such a negative and gloomy thing to talk about. I have taken a large amount of courses, both in high school and university, that have discussed religious beliefs when it comes to death. I identify as a Christian, but don't necessarily agree with the Christian beliefs when it comes to death. It doesn't sit right with me that we end up in either heaven or hell depending on the life we live. I like to think that we will be reincarnated as something, whether that be an animal, a human, a plant, or anything else. I find great comfort in thinking this way because I don't necessarily see death as an ending. I see it as a chance to rebrand myself or someone else, even though you won't be aware of who you were in a past life, but it's just that part of you carries on to a next life or next experience. Having this point of view on death may seem positive and upbeat, but I am actually petrified of death, to be honest. My fear really stems from my death of my grandma. I would always say goodnight to my mom, and I would say, hope to see you tomorrow, because I was that afraid that either her or I would die in our sleep. And I ended up seeing a therapist for a couple of sessions to really come to the root of why I was so scared, and it really stemmed from my grandma passing away in her sleep. To this day, I am still terrified of the subject, but it's gotten better. I see death more as a positive thing, because it's going to happen anyway, so why dwell on it? I still don't like to talk about it, but really, who does? I know many people see it as a beautiful thing, and that people who are sick are no longer suffering, but unfortunately I don't see it that way. I really wish I could see the positive of death, but I'm too fixated on the negatives and that they're no longer with me.